All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about
we left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know.
We are in the cut, Kings. Welcome to the King's Court. It's your guy, your man. The Lord has been dropped. I am now with my family roots. I am Oba Sogi, the chief of the village. Just the village. Not being too greedy. Stay humble. Over to
Oba and Oga.
My other two chiefs who are.
Yes, it's your guy Mardi.
Go ahead. And APL, we're in the cut. We're in the cut, man. We're here. We're live in the building.
Hey, and it's warm in these streets right now. It's so warm. So stay hydrated, kids. Stay on that H2O. Yeah. Don't get caught slipping.
Listen, look, I've got a massive bottle here, you know. I don't know if you can see that. There's a green screen.
I've been counting my glasses. This might be glass 25 of the day.
Oh, these big liter bottles. That's the one.
Ready, man. You got to stay ready.
Right, we're gonna jump straight into it because we're gonna try not to talk too much about the last 2 weekends because they've been absolutely incredible. I'll be honest, very quickly, my energy for that UFC 275 preview was a little bit slept on. I was a bit tired. It's been a long week. My energy was off. I don't know if you could tell, but wow, my energy the next day was completely off the scale because that card of the year. But going into 276 on paper, we were just saying it's Sillyville right up in here.
It's silly. It's a nonsensical card, I'm telling you.
And we're not just talking main card. We've just like had a little sneaky look at the whole entire card, and APL was looking at the early prelims thinking that was the main card.
Yeah, I swear on my life. I swear. I was like, wait a minute, this main card's a bit long. Yeah, man, it's stacked. It's properly stacked.
It is unbelievable. Obviously, we've got the co-main. Where do we start? Actually, where do we do? I don't know where to start. I'm gonna throw it out to you, Kings.
Let's start from the top. Let's start from the top.
We're gonna start from the top.
That'll spend the most time. Well, I don't know, maybe the most time.
Let's do it.
We're gonna play with the big boys. So we're starting. Well, they're not the big boys; they're the middle boys. Starting from the middleweights. So we got our guy Izzy Stylebender, Adesanya versus hey, he's kind of my guy as well. I like him, Jared Cannonier for the middleweight Unified World Championship.
Yeah,
Israel's getting his fresh meat. What are we thinking?
He is, and Marty sent that video, the thing on the group chat. I've not looked at it yet, but I saw his outfit. His outfit was lit, you know. The red jacket was clean.
Izzy or Jared?
No, Izzy's.
Yeah.
When was that press conference? When was it, Marty?
It was today or like overnight, basically. Today. So it's fresh. But yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, he's got some fresh arms.
You
know what I'm loving about Izzy right now? Like, honestly, there's not many YouTube channels where I actually have the notifications on, apart from my own, of course, the King's Court, as per standard. But Izzy's one of those ones where I've got the notifications. I put the little bell on. As soon as you drop something, I'm like, yo, what's his boss, brother David, putting out there right now? It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's just everything. Like, they just covering the training. He was doing like suicides in training where he's on the assault bike and then you got to wrestle and then you get back on the assault bike and then you got to wrestle and then you quickly see a flash of the phone and it's like round 5 or 15 or round 5 of 9. So you're thinking, whoa, that cardio tank is getting built up. He's not taking Cannonier lightly at all.
No, not
honestly.
At all.
He's and you could have thought after he's just had his his cheeky little world tour that he might have gone a bit paddy the baddie Pimlet, might have overindulged on the food and not touched the gym. That world tour was a flash in the pan because he looks sharp. He's like everything I've seen. He seems to be preparing for the wrestling a lot. usually his videos are a lot of stand-ups. And the videos are now, it's more the cardio. He's actually taking people down as opposed to just focusing on defense. Granted, looking at the videos, it looks like everyone he's fighting with is about his size or smaller, which I'm a bit concerned about. I want to see I want to see how he goes up against somebody, maybe like a light heavyweight in training, because as we all know, when he went up to light heavyweight, it didn't pan out too well for him. I think Cannonier is a gorilla. I think that's his nickname. He's going to have that beast mode in him, and I think maybe Izzy's not showing us everything. But my only concern is that cardio looks great, but can you sustain the sheer brute force of Cannonier if he wants to take it there?
Yeah.
That's it.
The training looks incredible. It was and we're gonna wish Mama Adesanya's a happy 60th. I got that for you. She had his 60th as well.
Happy 60th, man.
Happy 60th to Ma. That's a special milestone for man. You know, he was there and he was getting all teary-eyed and choking up. That's what I mean. He's literally showing all sides to him. And then the episode before that, I think he was practicing his, the breathing technique they got as a team, and they go underneath the water and then they float back up, and then it's all about the controlled breathing and stuff. They were doing that as well. I'm like, man, this guy's covering all the serious bases. He's running up the steepest hill in Auckland, again, up and down and up and down. He looks on it. Like, honestly, I haven't really seen much on the Cannonier side, which isn't a good or a bad thing. You don't know what you don't know. But from an Izzy point of view, all I can say is from my observations, he's taking Cannonier super seriously.
That's it. And they don't mess about it at City Kickboxing, like not at all. And in the press conference, Izzy was somebody asked him about, where does his desire and his hunger still come from, because he's sweet basically, and he was saying the title doesn't mean anything. It literally doesn't mean anything. He does it for the names, the scalps that he collects. Just that's his motivation.
That sounds the bone collector. Thanos was collecting these bones to get these gems to do laps around my own belt.
That's like a proper unlock, it seems subtle, but it's a proper, because some people, the whole thing is the title and that's it, and that's how you see you have people to hold it once and then that's it. Whereas that mentality, that's the reason why. When he was announcing, because I watched a few minutes of it when he was announcing him, he's held the title for 3 years.
Yeah, for 3 years.
It's gone by quickly,
It's true. And the names and the bones he's collected since then.
Fighting once a year is 2-3 times a year. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was less than that, but
Izzy's fighting average 3 times a year. Yeah. 3 times definitely. It's exciting to see. I think he's at 1 or 2 fights away as well from equaling the record of Anderson Silva in terms of the win streak in that division. So honestly, back to Marty's point, he's basically focused on being a legend and the legacy piece as opposed to anything else, which is, like you said, that's literally laser-eyed focus. If you're gonna have that as your pedestal, that I'm going to be the greatest middleweight fighter ever, full stop.
Let me throw something out there then. Izzy, compared to Kamaru, he doesn't have, in his division anyways, I'm not going to count the light heavyweight, but he doesn't have anyone that's remote. We all thought Robert Whittaker was the guy to be close to him. He's not. Robert Whittaker's not close to him. So I just think long term for his legacy, and for me, I don't know, maybe we might get onto predictions now. I think he's going to win. But to get onto his legacy, he's not had that legacy defining rival. Do you know what I mean? Every good legacy always has a rival. Whether they win or not, but there's always that guy that challenges him, not just in the cage, but just outside of the cage as well. Do you get what I mean?
Maybe that's next. Maybe that's where we have, and we'll navigate through the card. But Pereira was also quite high up on this card. Maybe Pereira is that guy.
Yeah.
I think Izzy's already thrown some social media shots out there, and I think we posted the video of Pereira knocking him out and going, this when we fight, it's not going to be a kickboxing match. It's going to be MMA, and we ain't going to be wearing pillow gloves. We're going to be wearing those 4-ounce killer gloves. So I think from that, Izzy's already lining him up for next. Yeah,
but Marty seems to not agree with that point.
Yeah, so I totally get and understand what you're saying, but Robert Whittaker is that guy. Robert Whittaker was that guy to cement his legacy. Well, to start his legacy, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're just forgetting how good Robert Whittaker is. If Adesanya wasn't there, Robert Whittaker would still be the champ, and he'll be reigning, and he would not have lost in the last 3-4 years. Like,
I agree. I'm just saying, do you know how like Kamaru has his Kobe? Like those fights could have gone either way in one or two rounds of those rounds, right? It's like Kamaru's better, we know that, but it's not by a margin as far as Izzy compared to Whittaker is. Because for me,
we can't put that on Izzy though. That's a testament to his greatness and the fact
Not
that
at all.
he's still evolving. So
100%.
I agree. He is a head and shoulders above the rest. And I kind of agree that the closest rival isn't actually close.
Exactly.
So that's a testament to how great he is.
Yeah, that's on him. That's on him.
That's
on him,
true.
definitely.
I'm just wanting like a bad blood, like a John Jones, Cormier, like a Kamaru Kobe.
Have you forgotten the Paulo Costa?
Even the Paulo Costa.
Are you forgetting these ones?
Oh, like
he's done.
You're forgetting Melvin
Vittori as well.
Vittori as well. Yeah,
Vittori was all right as well. I don't know. Maybe when he's all said and done, we'll probably reassess. But right now, in the moment, it feels like he's just waiting for that guy, to stand up.
Yeah.
Izzy's just so. I'm guessing we'll try and move on as quickly as we can, but I'm guessing all three of us, it's unanimous in going. We're all backing Izzy. Does anybody want to make a case for Cannonier respectfully?
It's gonna be fairly hard. At the start, you said Cannonier's your guy as well. I like Cannonier. I do like it. I do like his approach to fighting. I do like his fighting style as well. His record has been quite indifferent. Basically up and down, and it's been across 3 weight divisions sort of thing. So he's had 13 fights in the UFC, but he's had 5 losses.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Only one of them have been at middleweight I just think Izzy's got too much for him for what he brings to the table. Izzy will have too much for him, in my opinion. Yeah,
that's pretty unanimous. I mean, last time we were unanimous on a championship fight, I think Valentina almost lost. Well, controversially, she lost in my eyes, and she lost in APL's eyes, and some of they skewed somehow with his love for
blinded,
the bullet.
He's
blinded by her light. Yeah. I'm blinded by your grace. Right, so that's 3-0. But hey, we love a surprise. Maybe not too much of a surprise because he's It would mess up. It'd mess up our graphic in the background. But hey, if it can be tougher than what we're calling it, we want to see a fight. So moving on, we've got the co-main. Oh my gosh, this is a co-main and a bit as well. We got the Volk versus Max Holloway again, and we were talking about. OPL's talking about those legacies, those beefs that just define. This is their third time?
Like the 7th one.
It's like the 7th time.
7th one, like it's the NBA final playoffs. Best of 7.
Chef Curry in the cup, man.
We've got Alexander the Great versus Max Blessed Holloway as a co-main. Wow.
Yeah, big enough fight to carry the card as it is. So APL in terms of legacy and fights, and come on, give me your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's won both. Obviously, I can't. For some reason, the second one's gone out of my mind.
I can't remember the first or second. One of them I thought went to Max.
Yeah, is that the second one? Yeah.
So the second went down as a split, but I either thought the first one Max won the first one.
Ooh.
I thought Thing won the first one, Volkanovski. I thought he won the first one.
I thought
from my memory, from what I remember.
I thought he just about won the first one, and I thought, I agreed. I thought Max won the second one, and I was shocked that he went as a split.
Yeah, because Max was pretty confident as well, from what I recall. Because I don't, for some reason, it's gone up my mind.
Shocked. Yeah. When the result came in, he was like, "What?" He was shocked, surprised, and Volk looked a little bit relieved.
Yeah, so this is a proper legacy one. It's that type of because Max is just as good as him. You can't say that Volkanovski is miles better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
Volk gets into scraps. Don't forget that Ortega fight where he should have been choked out at least twice and somehow got out of it. So don't ever forget that.
That was a mad fight.
that is nuts.
Twice in one round. The guillotine was in.
Way. No, what? It's literally, I'm just having flashbacks of it just now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then obviously there's Max and Kato and the other scraps that he had last year. So both of them have had some absolute wars lately.
Yeah.
But obviously, what does Max need to change to definitively get the win this time?
This is it. Like, it's just got to separate him from his consciousness, basically. He's got to go full Jorge on him.
But I personally, I don't. After what I've seen Volk go through, I don't think he can be knocked out at this weight. But
not at this weight.
I don't think he can be knocked out. Maybe if he goes up against a bigger guy, there might be a risk. But at this weight, after what he's got, like I said, he absolutely remember he demolished the Zombie as well, demolished the Korean Zombie. That was embarrassing. Where he was asking Zombie, "Are you okay? Do you still want to go on?" Like slapping him up, and then survived Ortega's best. And that was an absolute war.
That is actually insane. That was insanity.
Yeah.
Honestly. So as much as I'm team blessed, I always sleep on Volk, and I can't sleep on him anymore. I said that last time. I am like Max Holloway, Hall of Famer, absolute without doubt. I want to see him retire. I want to see the UFC go to Hawaii and give him, him to have a nice, easy fight, show his best, lay his gloves down in Hawaii. That's for me the dream. But Volk could dampen that dream because I don't see Volk losing for one, and I definitely don't see anybody knocking him out, even submitting him as proven. Like the guy. Ortega was taking his head off. He didn't tap. Ortega said, all I could hear was, and I thought I had him.
Yeah,
I thought I had him.
It's true.
Imagine you hear that. Imagine you're fighting someone, you hear, if anything, you're going to loosen up because you're done. So as much as I'm team blessed, I don't see anyone at this weight in particular beating up Volk. So that's what I mean. What can Max do?
The caveat is, if it's anyone, it's Max that can do it, though. Like that's the only thing why. If it was anyone else, I'd be like, yeah. But then you watch the two fights, and you're like, stylistically, I don't see what else Max can do. I don't.
But the thing is, Volk's looking and getting better with every fight. He might be in these brawls, but what he did to Zombie was just one-way murder. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like everything. It was like, and if he's getting better, I don't know if Max has changed the camp or he's got a completely different game plan, or he's going to go in there not looking like Max maybe and just completely switch it up. But I can't. Max has a method. I don't see him switching it up. So for me, I don't really see how this can end differently. As much as I would love Max to do it, because he's my guy. I'm not sleeping on Volk ever again.
Yeah, I've made that mistake one too many times, and that's the thing. And I think my love for Max as well did just blur my vision of what Volk actually is. So Max he's in the featherweight division. He's not lost in 13 fights. And I think maybe it was Conor McGregor the last time that he lost. I'll check and put it down. 13 fights at featherweight. He's beaten the champion, same as Volk, but he's beaten everyone. He's beaten Charles Oliveira. He hasn't beaten Dustin Poirier. He's beaten Aldo twice. It's ridiculous. And what Max has done for me at the time cemented him as the best featherweight in the world. I was very my Max glasses on. Volk, no, he's not better. I think Volk does have the upper hand on him. I think he is better than Max. I don't think he has a better legacy than Max at featherweight at the moment. He's since he joined the UFC, he's 11-0. He's only lost once in his whole career, and that's when he was at welterweight fighting some big ass guys. So I think as well.
Don't forget he's a big ass guy as well, though.
It's true. But then the size difference is in height difference as well, and the reach and everything like that. Yeah. So I think what Volk, if Volk does what I probably think he's going to do, and in line with what you're saying, APL, there is nobody else, and Volk will do what he wants. And I think if he does beat him, I'm telling you now, Makhachev is not getting that title shot because Dana is going to book Volk versus Oliveira at lightweight.
You think? That's a big shout.
He's already told him he can do whatever. After he wins this, he can do whatever he wants. It's happening.
That's a big shout. Fair play.
That'll be a big fight as well.
Fair enough. Volk is like, I know I keep saying this for the guys watching this probably think I'm just a broken record, but Volk is another one of that type of evolved fighters. Like he doesn't seem to have a weakness anywhere.
Mm.
Like he's just one of those guys like Kamaru, like Izzy. He just doesn't have any weaknesses. Like it's just I'm trying to think when Sogi said like what does Max do different? I'm like, well, what can he do?
That's it.
I mean, like
that's it.
It's pretty scary, man. It's scary hours for Max right now.
Yeah, but I don't. That's the thing. The same. Sorry, go on.
I think it's going to be messy as well. I just see a lot of blood. Max always gets involved in bloody fights anyway. Alex the Great's been getting involved. I can see a lot of blood. I can see them maybe having to clean the ring up before Izzy and Gerard getting all the bone cartilage from the kicks and body parts just everywhere. Oh,
I do want to see an early finish. I want it to be definitive now. Like I can't be bothered with another split decision.
It's going to go to decision. It is
I can't do that again.
I don't think Max does get hit too much. And Volk says he wants to finish him, but I just don't see it. But again, I don't see Max finishing. Max won't finish Volk.
I want this to be.
It's going to go decision.
I'm going to go for a finish on this one.
Who are you going, Volk?
I don't know, but I'm going to go for a finish. Either way, it finishes early. It's not going 5 rounds.
It's news time. I have to go to bed.
It's not going 5 rounds. It can't do, man. Like it can't have like a trilogy that's all three of them go to judges.
We've talked about legacy defining. That's it. You've met your match, and there's no knockouts. It's just I'm Volk as much as just because from pot again. I can't go against him. Sorry, Max. You're my guy. You're my guy. But
surely, like 3 times in a row.
I know.
Just by the law of averages, Max has got to win one, no?
Well, put yourself out there. I want someone to. And then you can say, I told you so.
Because like we said before, the gap between them isn't that. You know what? I'm going to go with Max. Yes. Yeah, I'm going with Max. Just to go out there. I don't know if I don't know if you're Omar. I don't know who's noting down the prediction table, but I'm going to go with that one. That deserves 3 extra points.
3 extra points. but don't do that just because I made that mistake. I made that mistake with Johanna. I knew deep down, I think I knew she wasn't gonna win. But I love her so much. APL, please, this is your chance.
No, I'm purely just going by the law of averages because in my eyes or in my mind, then the gap between them is not that big. Volk is not that much better than him. I don't know, unless he's going to show some crazy things. So surely Max has got to get one over on him. I mean, 3. Like imagine in the gym, I can imagine if someone's better than you can lose 2 in a row, but at least you can get a fluke choke or like I don't know something. You know what I mean?
You're calling out this co-main like it's FIFA when you beat someone once in 20 games and you can
listen. It feels like they fought for like 17 times. Like that's what surely it evens out based on their skill sets. You know what I mean?
It doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
It doesn't. But I'm sticking.
You're sticking? Fair geez. I'm heavy heart, but Volk.
Heavy heart.
But Volk, and I love Volk now. I do. Did you see he's cooking? Well, Cooking with Volk. He's got his own series.
He's got one episode with Izzy.
Yeah, he was cooking kangaroo burgers. Man made Izzy season the burgers with salt and pepper. I'm like, that's an insult. How can you tell man with Nigerian roots to season kangaroo burgers with salt and pepper?
Izzy didn't mind. He just came from his mum's 60th. I saw him munching on the soya and all the good stuff. So he's good. He's good. Right. So we've got that's the co-main, and then we've got, as we kind of alluded to, so we've got Alex Pereira at middleweight against Sean Strickland. So for me, being one away from the co-main, what does that tell us?
They've got something cooking for us.
feeder. It's a feeder, I think, isn't it?
Something in low heat cooking.
that is a nice setup. That is a nice setup. Yeah. Of course, I have to say I want Pereira to get through that. I mean, it's crazy that he could potentially be getting a title fight with this will be his 7th MMA fight. He's had 6 already. He's 5-1, so this will be 7th. Yeah, and he's 1 away from being the main event. That's nuts.
Yeah, and that'll be literally 1 if he does it, because this will be his 3rd fight in the UFC. The title fight will be his 4th. That's 1 less than Mr. Yuri did Prohaska as well, which is unheard of. So they've done it. I can see them giving it to him if he wins. Be an interesting one. What we thinking?
Well, I won't put. Just like I said, I've got to back Pereira because I want to see. We want to see beef. They fought twice in kickboxing. Is it 2-0 to Pereira or is it 1-1? It's 2-0, isn't it?
Yeah, 2-0.
Yeah, that's
different game.
I know, but they're still gonna eat inside somebody who's trying to be the greatest of all time at MMA. I get it's just kickboxing, and he's called him out appropriately on the social media, going, "Look, this is a different game," but it's still gonna eat. Someone's beaten you twice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with Max as well.
It's true. Yeah. Don't be planting seeds.
Don't be planting seeds. That's what I'm saying. But no, I obviously do want Pereira to win just to see what that looks like, in terms of his evolution. But not that I'm sleeping on Strickland or anything. I just want Pereira.
Say Sean Strickland's record looks brilliant on paper.
Yeah, no, it's decent. Yeah, but
25 wins, 4 losses.
Yeah, I don't know what his last his form. I'm going form like it's a football thing, but I don't know what his last few results have been like. But yeah, I just want Pereira to win, basically.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I want Pereira to win because of that, but also because I don't like Sean Strickland. Like, some of the stuff he comes out with, I'm like,
it is.
I'm
like what? Like what?
Lad. Leave out, because he's just always on. So what's the Schmo's girlfriend, Helen Yee. So there was one time that he was interviewing Helen Yee, and he was going on about. He was being interviewed by Helen. He was going on about another fighter, and he was just being like very disrespectful. Not even like a Colby way, but just he's just being a bit of a prick, really, in all honesty. And he's done that a number of times. I don't like him. And in Alex Pereira's last 2 fights, I've not wanted him to win just because I like Izzy so much. And I'm just being a hater.
On Izzy.
but now, I want it. I want that fight to be set up, sort of thing. And yeah, I'm not convinced by Strickland. I'm not convinced either.
Same. That's that. Yeah, same.
Like I think he's on a 5-fight win streak, but I think only two of those or 3 of those have actually been at middleweight. So he's jumped up and down between middleweight and welterweight.
Right.
So he's beating like Uriah Hall. I think he beat Jack Manson.
February the 6th.
Recently. And these are good names in the division, but I think if he's fed to Izzy will do him. But yeah, Alex Pereira again for me.
Cool, all 3.
Alex Pereira it is for the reasons that we want to see a legacy-defining beef for the star bender.
Yes.
Simples. And then we've got battle of the female legends. I'd say there's a bit of a legacy fight here, but Miesha Tate was making a lot of noise on the MMA hour. We've got Lauren Murphy versus Miesha Tate at women's flyweight, and apparently the winner will get a title shot.
Fair enough.
We don't want to see Lauren Murphy and Shevchenko again.
Honestly, that's disgusting. That stinks.
Remember all the comments I made about that? No way.
Yeah, that stinks.
Let's just say it'll be a title shot only if Miesha Tate wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Otherwise, it'll just go to back to Santos and Shevchenko, or Shevchenko can do what she wants and get the winner of Nunes versus champion
Pena.
Yes,
it's her opportunity to do it.
It probably is. Yeah, definitely. So I think personally, don't think Santos will get the title shot. And if she did, I think it would be light work for Shevchenko the second time. I think Santos unfortunately had their chance. I think Shevchenko is now the human computer that she is. She knows all she has to do is do what she did in those final 2 rounds, and she's taking it easily. Obviously Santos now, she knows, is a better and stronger wrestler and grappler. Just keep her away from that. Stay on the feet. She'll probably finish her in 3 rounds if they fought again. So I don't want to see that again. As much as I believe Shevchenko lost, but
this is why I hate like bad judging. Anyways, we'll tangent.
But as much as I believe she lost, I think it's light work if it's Lauren Murphy again. We've seen that already. Miesha Tate.
Even more light work, man. Let's be real.
Whoa.
I mean, she's gone up a weight. She's gone up though, hasn't she? Is she gone up or down? Miesha Tate she's gone down a weight, hasn't she? She's gone down.
She's ever walked around in, she said.
Yes. Yeah. So could that then technically make her, because she's, her roots are wrestling, could that technically, the Santos fight, give her the blueprint on how to beat Shevchenko, because she's technically the bigger woman with more experience, and she's the OG in terms of wrestling, in terms of female martial arts. So could that actually give her that advantage? Because I think on the MMA hour, she was like, everything that Santos did, obviously hindsight, she might be playing the game, but she said, everything Santos did, I always knew I could do against Shevchenko. And now I'm gutted that it's out there, the blueprint on how to beat her.
I think she's going to get cooked, basically, if she wins.
If she wins, okay.
Yeah, she gets cooked because, like you say, Shevchenko knows now what to do. But then she's also hard-headed. Like, she likes to beat people where they're the strongest. So
exactly, and that's why she kept her corner kept telling her to stop with the wrestling. She kept engaging. She was the one. She was the one initiating the clinch every time. So back to your point, her ego was getting her in trouble. She could have, from the second round, they said stop it. They said stop wrestling, and she carried on.
It's crazy. But I mean,
that could be a downfall, and Miesha Tate might have a point.
True. I mean, Miesha Tate, cupcake. She's my girl. Love her to pieces. I think she beats Lauren Murphy. I think she does have a fighting chance of getting Shevchenko. I'll be interested to see it, but it would just to see how good Shevchenko's ground game actually is. Because we've all thought it was very, very good, and she's done madness to other people. But then when Santos was there, I think Santos is on a higher level than Shevchenko on the ground, and actually, I think maybe she has more advantage over what's her name, Miesha as well. I think she probably presents more of a threat when they're on the ground. I think Miesha can get Shevchenko to the ground, but just what she can do on the ground and pound, the submission threat.
And I would say, not to look back too much, but I would say, I watched the fight again. I still feel Santos won it, but Marda, you made a good point. When she was on the ground, she needed to be a little bit more aggressive. Shevchenko was landing more like connections from the bottom while she was on the ground than Santos, who was on top. So she could have been more effective on the ground. As effective as she was, she should have been more aggressive with the ground and pound. She wasn't. So I've got to say that was a massive missed opportunity. And again, to be honest, I always like put Lauren Murphy in a bin. I think I'm gonna go. I think the fact that Miesha Tate feels she it's almost like a given. She feels like she's gonna just get this girl out of the way and then move on. I'm going Lauren Murphy. I'm going underdog this time. I'm gonna switch it up.
Yes.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying yes. You're finally on my side, but I'm going Miesha Tate, to be honest.
You're such a snake.
He lured you into the pit. And then shut the door.
You just went, yes, he's on my side. I'm going Miesha Tate.
I'm going Miesha Tate. I've got PTSD from Lauren Murphy, basically. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. I don't trust that girl, man. So unless she proves me wrong like 3 times, then
you guys are harsh. I'm not sleeping on Lauren Murphy at all.
I picked her. What are you talking about? I picked her for the first time in my life. I picked Lauren Murphy.
You've picked her because you don't like what Misha Tate's been saying. What sort of grounds is that?
No, Misha Tate, there's confidence, and I think she's crossed the line with confidence. I think she's gone over to arrogance. So I want to see. I like people when they fall off their pedestal, because I think there's a line, and she's discounting Laura Murphy. She's making it out like it's like the whole interview she was talking about Shevchenko. I was like, yo, you're not fighting Shevchenko yet, love.
Who was asking her the questions, and what were the questions about? Shevchenko. So that's Ariel. That's a Helwani you need to be on about.
Yeah, but she should. I'd be like, yo.
You shut it down, yeah. You shut it down, yeah.
Exactly. If you see some of the boxers, they're like, yo, I need to get past this person first. That you can check back on whoever's interviewing. You can control the narrative. She didn't control it. She got sucked into the aerial hype, so that's on her. So to be honest, I've never been team Misha Tate because of the whole Ronda Rousey beef. So I want to see the cupcake get smashed.
And you team Rousey over team Tate.
I was always Rousey over team Tate.
Okay, let's move past that. Let's move past that because we'll be here for hours. But yeah, I'm going for my girl Misha Tate. I think she's got too much for Laura Murphy. In her last fight against Ketlen Vieira, it was a tight fight. She did get pieced up, Misha Tate, but she was given just as good as she was getting, and it was just the reach that was clear from Ketlen Vieira. But she's a very similar size to Laura Murphy. But Laura Murphy is nowhere near as good as Ketlen Vieira. I think it'll be an easy round 3 decision. Yeah.
What? No knockout, no submission?
Could be submission. But I think it probably will be a decision, just because I don't know about Tate at flyweight.
Going to be interesting. But yeah, it should be a decent fight. And then we're still on the main card. Like I said, the whole card is just stacked on stacks on stacks. We've got Pedro Munez versus the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley.
Come on, Sugar.
This is the defining now. This is him turning the corner and fighting somebody actually seriously good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the names he's fought before, let's be honest, we were like, who? And I haven't seen a lot of the names he's fought before fight again in the UFC. It's like they brought them into the UFC just to get sugared, and then they wheel them out again.
This guy harsh. No, I think Pedro Munez, he's ranked number 10. But I think again I think Sean was going to have an easy time. I think Sean will finish him. And Pedro's no slouch, but his record, I think he's won like 2-6. He's lost his last 2. Yeah, he's lost his last 2. I think they have been against Dominic Cruz and it's lost maybe Aldo. And then he won the 2 before that, but then he lost the 2 before that. So I think he's on the decline. He's the older guy. I just see Sean having too much for him. And this is when Sean is going to get serious. And I think when we were talking about the differences between Paddy, and I was bringing the similarities between Paddy's sort of route to Sean's route. Yeah, fair dues. Maybe I hold my hands up because Sean takes this game seriously, and I think Sean's doing the right thing. And I think he's gonna not shoot up the bantamweight division, because for me that's the most stacked division in the UFC at the minute. But I think we're gonna see Sean O'Malley as a real title contender from now on.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe he's just signed a new he's doing like you said, the Paddy, where every 4 fights you sign a new contract and you go up like the pay scale. I think he's just signed a nice contract quite recently. Don't know if you saw the interview he had with DC, but he properly checked DC. Some comments that DC made in the past, and he did it quite respectfully, though, to be honest. But I thought, why's DC getting all these fighters going at him? Because it happened at the weekend as well, where the fighter had to apologize, but the guy at the fighter, did you not see it?
No.
Oh my gosh, it was in the prelims, and this guy beat DC's protege. Is it something Win?
Okay, yeah.
And then he said, "Yeah, you were backing the wrong dog there. I just spanked your dog, and I'll fight you next." Obviously, the adrenaline was going through, and DC was like, "Yo, be respectful, be respectful." And he was like, "I'll beat your ass, boy. I'll beat your ass." And like, "Yo, we can fight next." And DC actually went, "Yo, we can fight next week if you want, but be respectful, because I'm always respectful in the ring."
What, in the ring? No,
in the ring.
Oh, I've got to watch it. I've got to watch that back. That's mad.
I can't remember the fighter's name, but definitely go back to the prelims. And DC was in the ring. He was going to get into it.
That is hilarious. That is
He's checking him DC like he's some punk. They're forgetting he's a double champ as well, wasn't he?
Champ,
yeah,
heavyweight.
he's double champ.
But yeah, back on the Munez record. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. Lost to Dominic Cruz, December 2021, round 3, decision unanimous. Lost to he's fought some killers though. Lost to Aldo as well, also decision unanimous. So he's been a bit unfortunate. He's obviously he's fought some legends, lost to them both. So his last win, oh gosh, all the way back February the 28th, 2021, decision against Rivera. That's his last win. It's quite a while back. And then before that, he lost to Edgar. So yeah, back to your point, he's lost a lot. And then before losing to Edgar, he lost to Aljamain. Oh my goodness, yeah, he's on a bit of a.
He lost to Aljamain.
He's on a bit of a.
Hey,
the
reigning
bro.
defending.
I know he is. The reigning defending. I think Sean does it quite spectacularly, actually. You know. Yeah, I just think. Yeah, I think it's one of those. It's one of those set up perfectly. The guy on the rise and the aging pro. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Looking at all the stats on paper as well, he's got all the advantages, all the levers. Not even get away from. He's got the reach, 72 inches versus 64. He's got the leg reach. He's got the height. He's 5'11". Munez is 5'6".
And he fights long as well. Yeah.
What he's got to do is keep it long and piece him up. The way Suga, I agree with you. This is set up to make Suga look absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, massively. And Suga, he's 8-1 in the UFC. Obviously, that one was very questionable because of that knee injury, but it is down as a loss. And out of those 9 fights, 6 bonuses, which I think only one of them have been fight of the night. The other one's for performances because he's just finishing guys. Yeah,
I think he finishes Munoz, unfortunately, for Munoz.
I think it's going to be it's the opener to the main card, so there's a reason why it's the opener. I think they're looking for the fireworks. I think Suga he's gonna see the limelight and the lights, and I think he'll deliver as well. To be honest,
yeah,
I think it'll be a knockout. I think he's going to piece him up. 3rd round knockout. Second half of the 3rd round will just be too much and finish him off.
Cool. That's it. Unanimous for Suga Show.
Indeed. Cool. Should we do some honourable mentions?
Honourable mentions got to be done because this card is too stacked and not touch some of the. So you dive right in. Let
me have a look. There's one that stood out right away in the early prelims. Actually,
I've got it on the tip of my tongue, but let's see if we're gonna say snap.
That was about 7 fights that you could say snap to.
What are you thinking of the early prelims?
I'm looking at prelim for a Barnes. I'm looking at a prelim right now, which is just going to be a violent barnstormer.
Which one?
Yeah, number three.
Which one are you looking at? Robbie Lawler, Barber.
Yeah. The ones that go in hospital.
Someone's going to hospital.
Both.
Yeah, both will be going to hospital.
Same ambulance, everything.
Probably be getting bonuses as well.
That's nuts, you know. Look at the Robbie Lawler's record. Flipping heck. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a solid one.
He's been fighting for 20 plus years. So yeah, he's been at the top. He's been a champion. He's literally just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Big time.
So yeah, I'm calling that out as definitely a contender for top 3 fight of the night. Probably going to be up there in terms of maximum violence. That one. I can't. I don't want to pick a winner. I just want to see a great fight there. I think the money should be on. Do both end up in the same ambulance, or are they in individual ambulances?
Imagine
at the end, we're going to see pictures of them in the same ambulance. I'm putting money on that one.
Yeah, it'd be funny. But imagine watching a Robbie Lawler fight live. That must be just an experience. You know?
Imagine watching it live, being on the front row and wearing a white suit.
Get the rain.
Yeah, that must be a proper. That's a UFC experience. That.
Oh gosh, dude, you could sell that experience at theme parks. Right. What else can we? Do you want to call out in terms of honourable? I think
Bobby Green, is this his first one after his horror show with Is it the first one back?
Yeah.
From Makachev.
Yeah, from Makachev it is. But again, it's quick turnaround that. He fought the week before Makachev. Then he fought Makachev, and then fair dues. But yeah, Jim Miller against Bobby Green.
I'm keen to see how that goes. Yeah, keen to see.
Definitely.
That's one of those legend division fights. I keep saying it. They need to start a little legend division and let these old men all just keep on ticking over.
Yeah, man. League of Legends, buy the trademark.
That's it. Brad Riddell, Jalen Turner as well. Oh, that's the final prelim card. That's going to be an absolute war as well.
I'm even excited by the women's flyweight bout. Maycee Barber versus Jessica I think that's going to be a fun one.
Definitely.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
It's like we said. Ian Garry, isn't he one of ours? British? Or is he Welsh?
Ian Garry, he's Irish.
He's he's the one. Oh no, he's like the one that he's always calling out Connor's name, and Connor's always calling his name out in a positive way. So the future that could be interesting.
Is he on the card?
He's on the card, yeah.
No, he's not. Where is he?
Ian Garry, he is.
What? Who's he fighting against?
Gabriel Green. Gabriel Green.
Early prelims or just normal prelims?
I just lost it now.
Yeah, because I couldn't see him, the images I've got.
He's on the UFC website. He's below the Robbie Lawler Brian Barber fight and just above Jessica I versus Maycee Barber.
All right. I missed that one out.
Must have been added up. Yeah.
Fair play. Oh, yes. Right. Ian Garry as well. This guy's got it in him to be a future champ. Like, he's good. He's ridiculous. He's come through the similar route to Connor. Yeah. He is shouting out Connor's name. I think we need to detach it from him a little bit.
Irish, no?
But he's Irish, yeah. So similarities are always going to be there. But he finishes people. This guy is top. He's definitely one to watch. Definitely.
9-0, very good record.
The future.
Goodness.
Should be fun.
Uriah Hall as well. Nice.
Honestly, yeah. Super stacked card. Super excited.
Yeah, depending on how it goes, we might have to give a reaction to this one,
We missed the boat on the last one, so I think we should just schedule that in as a default.
Yeah, fair play.
Let's do it. There might be opportunity to watch it live as well together, so maybe we do that. Maybe reunite and
but either way, you guys will be getting something from us.
100%. So that is UFC 276, Sunday, the 3rd of July. Watch this space. Super excited. The last 2 weekends of the UFC have been absolutely incredible. Looking forward to this card immensely on paper. What would we rank the card if we were to rank it ahead of time? What out of 10? What we feeling?
It's almost perfect, to be honest.
Yeah. It starts with a 9 for me. It starts with a 9. Yeah.
It's almost perfect, I'd say. There's nothing there that I think is obviously lacking. Nothing. They've got Ian Garry, up and coming superstar. It's got everything. Nice amount of women's fights. Yeah, it's everything.
See, for me, I might be controversial. I might give it an 8, only because
you just want to be contrarian. That's why.
Don't do that.
Only because if it wasn't the style bender, I genuinely don't think he would be the main event. I think it would be the Volk versus Max would be the main event. It's just obviously the style bender's got obviously a particular contract, and that stipulates certain conditions and stuff, and he probably can never be the co-main as long as he's champion. I think that if let's take away all the noise, if you thought about it, the order, you would put Volk and Max as the main. Let's be honest, I would.
I wouldn't, because that surprised me that
you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
And then Seriously, is so big. Yeah. His name and brand is like it almost just caps off the card perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just know at the end of the night you're gonna see something. Like, obviously we ignore the Romero fights, but you're gonna see something special
exactly.
At the end of the night. So no, I wouldn't be interested in that.
Yeah. Do you think Cannonier's as big a name in terms of being the main to carry that, or is he just carrying the whole?
He's carrying the whole thing.
Exactly.
That's the point. That's why I give it an 8.
No, but that's the thing. What's his name? Cannonier's style makes this matchup so good.
Interesting. It makes it intriguing. Yeah, it makes it intriguing.
And that's why we're going to see a finish by Izzy. Definitely.
Now, Izzy's brand's massive. You know, it's.
Is this the International Fight Week card as well?
Yeah.
International Fight Week.
Yeah.
So they're doing the Hall of Fame and all the rest of that. Also, yeah, the whole build up all that week is going to be fun to watch and embedded and all the rest of it. Yeah, excited.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is UFC 276 review. We are the King's Court. We can't wait. I'm your guy, Obasogi.
Mardy.
And APL.
Looking forward to it. Peace out.
And out. Boom.
Peace.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times.
On the fence. I'm on the fence.
We don't need to talk about that.
Left hook from Yaoundé came and landed on him, you know, so